10, speak to sell. One of the two most important factors that we have going for us on the phone is our ability to communicate. Learn to do magical things with your voice. And that is a learned skill, folks. When I started in July of 1977, I could not stand up and lead a group in silent prayer. Learn to do magical things with your voice. Occasionally speed it up to create some urgency or to slow it down where every word drips with emotion. Why? Because, see, people don't buy on common sense, logic, rationale. They buy on pure emotion. And when we can start putting more emotion into our speaking, we will start to sell a lot more. Learn how to occasionally raise your voice to get their attention, or to talk so soft that they have to bend into the phone to hear every word.
In this segment, let's take a look at some additional tips and techniques on how to speak to sell. The one thing I'll encourage everyone to do is literally learn to become a public speaker. I don't care if you get up in front of a group of 4 kids in Sunday school, but if you learn to become a public speaker, it will greatly enhance your career. If there's a local chapter of a National Speakers Association, go join it, or a local chapter of the Toastmasters International. I don't care if you get up in front of your own group of people and talk for a minute once a week, whatever you want to talk about, objections, referrals, My Summer Vacation by Stan Ballou. If you learn to become a public speaker, you will never ever be intimidated by anybody on the phone again. Many of you know that I never finished high school, and English was one of my poorest subjects. I literally had to learn to use this English language once I made the commitment to be a negotiator, a communicator, a sales pro, if you will. One of the things that I did was go to radio and TV announcer school to learn how to utilize this English language. One of the things that they taught me to do was to practice 1 hour a day with marbles in my mouth to learn how to properly pronounce words. Because once you can slow down where you're literally pronouncing every syllable of every word, you can eventually speed up to about 420 words a minute and still be completely understood because you're still pronouncing every syllable of every word. And again, why is this important? Because occasionally we do need to speed up to create some urgency. Another tip that I learned in radio and TV announcer school was to practice in front of a mirror an hour a day. Open up a dictionary and underline every descriptive word like adjectives or adverbs, and then practice making the sound of that word with your voice, possibly eventually adding the facial expressions and even the body language to paint a picture of that word so that when you say happy, it sounds happy. Or when you say sad or excited or intrigue, you are painting a picture in your prospect or your customer's mind. In fact, many of the top producers in our industry will actually tell you that they've gone to school to learn accents or dialects so they can adapt to different styles of speech in different parts of the country. And I'm often asked, what's the best? Well, interestingly enough, the very best that you can possibly ever learn would be a true British accent or possibly an Australian accent, because someone who uses the English language properly is absolutely mesmerizing to listen to. The second best, and this is a technique that virtually any of us can use, is a good Southern accent. Here's an assignment for you. Be willing to invest 1 hour each week to improve your voice. Learn to do some voice exercises or join a speech club or possibly go to a university in your part of the country and do some studying with their theatrical department. Learn to literally become an actor or an actress on a stage. Learn to do magical things with your voice so your prospects don't look like old Blue here when you're talking to them. Since we are all creatures of habit, realize that anything new will feel uncomfortable the first few times we try it. Be willing to practice, drill, rehearse these ideas, these new skills and techniques, at least 16 to 21 times before they become a habit and before they will become comfortable.
Money, money, money.